Hey Art, no, that's me. Stupid joke. Okay, here I am with another video. This has been on my mind for a long ass time. What I'm about to tell you happened to me last year, and it has been technically a thorn in my side for over a year. This is about the time I got assaulted. Okay, now you might think, who would assault me? Who would? I mean, you would never think someone would actually try to assault me and actually do it. The funny thing about it is that I didn't retaliate either. But I'll explain all that. This actually happened February of last year, actually. What happened was early 2017, January 2017, I was still, I was off probation. And I'm like reeling it in. I was involved with a woman at that time which I thought was my girlfriend at the time. I was dating her, but she was dating me and whoever she felt like it, whoever served her needs at the time. And the funny thing is that in a sense I kind of knew that, but I didn't care because I had a girlfriend. What happened was one time she was staying with this dude, and I told her not to live there. Told her not to live there at all. You live there once. Things happen all the time. You guys fought all the time. And he kicked you out. I don't know how many times he kicked you out. Many times. Took your money, stole your money, and kicked your ass out. And I'm the one who bailed you out. You know, the recurring theme of this. But the thing is that it was, but then again, that place where she was staying at, that dude's house, was much safer than the hotels that she was staying at. Okay, because she used to live at a hotel. Now, there's nothing wrong with staying in a hotel for a week. There's nothing wrong with that. But when you actually live in that hotel, you get certain, especially if she had the problems that she had, which I knew and I allowed it. Like I said, I know better now. I know better. Okay, so what happened was she got sick and tired of staying there because the fact that she worked, she makes money, and she had to hide money because otherwise he will steal it from her. And the fun thing is, it took me a while to figure out what was going on because some things just didn't add up. She'll be like, "Hey, you want to go out?" Sometimes she'll be like, "Hey, you want to go out to dinner?" And I'm like, "Yeah, let's go out to dinner." The day we supposed to go out to dinner, she's no shows. Can't contact her 2 or 3 days later. Oh, I'm sorry. How was this? I'm like, something's up here. Also found out that he was supplying her with drugs, and I was like, like I said, I allowed it, and I didn't know. And tell you the truth, I just didn't care at the time. I didn't respect myself that much at the time to say, "Hey, fuck this shit." But like I said, there was a different time frame that I had. So I had a feeling that something was going on between them two. And even though I asked her directly, she said no. He calls me up every now and then try to talk to me, you know, and it's like, and I came out flat out and said, man, was something going on between you two? Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, hell no. I'm like, okay. You think I'm fucking stupid? What was stupid to me is keeping into this relationship ish. That was stupid. But the thing is that right now I'm just laying the groundwork. I had gotten a staph infection, my second staph infection, and it didn't kill. It didn't take me down as much as the first one did. The first one did really kill me. What I mean by that, it really put me down to where I was like out. And the thing is, this one almost did the same thing, but I caught it in time. We caught this one in time. The first, which I might do a video about that again. I'm not sure if I did one before. I know I talked about it. It was like 2 weeks before I actually went to the hospital, so a lot of the damage was done. This time, I was like, we got it in time. And so I was stuck in the hospital for a week. So what happened was I call her up and I leave a message saying, I think I got another staph infection. They just admitted me in the hospital. Of course, I couldn't leave a message, so I text her that. I don't hear from her. Don't hear from her at all. I'm sitting up in the emergency room. Don't hear from her. Next, you know, all of a sudden, she calls me like 2 days later when I'm actually admitted into the hospital. Oh my God, I just got your text. 2 days? Took you 2 days to get my text? Really? No. No. She was shooting up. She was doing drugs. And she's now sobering up a bit. Oh my God. So I'm under this not medicate. It is antibiotics. And the thing is, this antibiotics technically wipes me out. And when I say it wipes me out, I mean literally wipes me out. Where I am like, sometimes after I take it, I have to take it twice a day. I have to take a nap sometimes. And then all of a sudden they switched me to a different one, which was a little bit more easier to deal with. But it's still, I had this trach, not a trach, stent, kind of like a stent in my arm. I forgot what it's called. Gosh, you would never think, I would never think I would forget that. But you know, I had that in my, had it right here. See where this right here? It's like a instant. It's direct tight. It's I forgot what it is, but it's tied directly to my veins. So if something was to happen, if this got wet, I had to go to the hospital emergency room to get it replaced and removed. So if this get damaged, I had to go to the hospital. Just remember that. I just said that if this thing get damaged, I have to go to the hospital. Okay, so now I set one part, I set the other part. So one day she decides I had enough of this shit. I'm gonna go. I'm like, about damn fucking time. You finally woke up. I've been telling you this for months, but you don't want to listen. So she says, I want to go home. She says, I want to go home. I'm like, okay. Because she lives halfway across the state. Okay, so she could revamp and regroup. Okay, so what happened was she told me her sister is going to come to town and she's going to tell you more about it then. I'm like, okay. Now, this is the same sister who I bought the phone for. Now you can see how I got involved in all this stuff. Sister comes into town. I drive up to meet her. And the thing is that I had this attachment thing right here. I had my medication with me because like I had to take it at a certain time. And so I'm driving her around and stuff like that. And She's like, "What's?" She's like, "Oh my God, are you okay?" And all this other stuff. I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine. This thing just wipes me out a little bit." Basically, when I get home, I have to take a nap. Get her. She got into a hotel, and we basically stayed there for a while because we were waiting for her to tell us something. And then, so what happened? She didn't mention anything, so I said, "Screw it, I'm gonna go home." And then, of course, my mother reamed the shit out of me because I wasn't taking my health seriously, and technically I wasn't. Like I said, hindsight. They say hindsight is 2020. Okay, so the next day, she called. Next day, the sister calls me up. She's gonna do the plan. We're gonna do this tonight. I'm like, what do you mean tonight? What I'm gonna do is when she wants to go to work, because like what happens, she'll go to visit her and she'll take a little bit of stuff. Goes visit. She's been there for 2 or 3 days, so she go to the guy's house for 2 3, and she's like slowly taking stuff away. Okay, fine. We go there. So what happens is I go pick her up to go to work, and she said her mom's gonna. She's like, I pick her up. She goes, okay, thanks. She telling me how much she loves me and stuff. Oh, look at that scam. I take her to work. The plan was when when it's time for her to get off of work, I go there with her stuff, her and her sister's stuff. Take it to their mom's car, and then they go off that way. I go my way. And then she said, okay, before she's going home, she wants to have lunch with me. Okay, fine. Next day was Sunday. She has lunch. She has lunch. We sit down. We spend some time having lunch and stuff like that. Because this is gonna be the first time we're gonna be gone. I won't see her for a while. She explains the fact that she apologizes that because of this guy, she couldn't see me as much, and she's gonna make it up to me. I'm like, okay, cool, fine. She goes off on her way, she goes off on her way and everything else. The dude gives me a call. Oh, have I heard from her? I'm like, no, not since last night. Of course, I'm lying. Not since last night. One reason I'm not telling, one, I never trusted him from day one. A lot of times, he'll call me at 3 or 4 fucking o'clock in the morning, bragging about, I'm not afraid of no man. I got 12 shots. I got 12 shots for anybody. And I'm looking at him like, are you fucking kidding me? Are you telling me this shit? And then all of a sudden he'd be like, oh man, I was so drunk. I was like, why? Okay. And so here I am. See, the thing is, like I said, hindsight is 2020. I'm thinking to myself, you know what? Why am I talking to this motherfucker? This motherfucker has nothing for me. And he's calling me and asking me questions. I dropped her off at work. Her mom's supposed to pick her up and they supposed to go hang out. I don't know. You're telling me that you know where her mom and them lives. Well, why don't you go up there if you're worried about her? I'm not. I'm not worried about her. Why you not worried? Because she told me she's with her mom. If she's with her mom and her sister, why should I be worried? Why should I be worried? Oh, okay. A couple days later, she don't come back home. So this motherfucker starts calling me all the damn time. I'm like, what the hell? What is this guy's problem? Thing is, this motherfucker don't work. He's a drug addict. He takes drugs. He sells drugs. So he has nothing else to do. I'm like, why is my phone? Why is my phone blowing up? This is not the phone. At the time I had this one. So this phone was blowing up left and right. And my mom's like, "What the fuck's going on here? What the fuck's wrong with that motherfucker?" And I tell her, and she's like, "Hmm." I'm like, "Yeah." Like, I don't know. And what happens? He'll call, and he tries to be buddy buddy with me. Try to make, he tries to be buddy buddy. He stops at my house. He stops in my house. Tries to be buddy buddy. Try to figure out what's going on. I'm like, I don't know. I haven't heard from her. Well, she's not answering my phone calls. Okay, I don't know. She ain't in my house. I tell you what, she ain't here. She's not in. She ain't in this house. I can tell you that. And my phone kept blowing up, blowing up, blowing up. And if I had power, I would have, I would have. If I would have powered this up, I would probably read some of the texts on here. Because this dude was acting fucking insane. Oh, she never told you what I do. No, she don't tell me about you. Why? Because I don't care. He talks about, then he tries to poison her against me, telling me what kind of a person she is. Yeah, she was like hanging out with this guy here, going out dates with this guy here while you sitting at home. You take her to work, then she be out on some date. I'm like, okay. Well, then if that was the case, that date could have taken her ass home. Shit. I mean, I wasn't giving him anything. The dude wanted to try to use me to get to her, and I wasn't really biting it. I show him a little bit here, a little bit there. I say, "Hey, how's it going? You're doing good?" Yeah, she takes me back. "Oh, I'm doing good." Okay, fine. That's it. I don't really talk to her that much. And so he first thing I knew, he was fucking crazy. He was like, "Hey man, can I meet up with you and talk to you about something?" I'm like, "Dude, you call me 5 times a day and you ask me the same questions. What new is you gonna tell me now that you can't tell me over the phone? Because you're gonna call me in the next couple hours." Like a dumbass I met up with when he started to tell me his story, talking about how she stole money from $400. She stole $400. I'm like, seriously, you gonna complain to me about 400 fucking dollars? Seriously? And that's gonna make me want to try to get her back. Why do you want me? Why are you trying to want me to get her back here? Why? Why? There has to be a reason why. So what happened was he concocted this. Now, the thing is, like I said, during this time I was taking this medication. Wasn't thinking too clearly. So I'm sitting right here, and he's like, "Oh man, I need to talk to you. Hey, can you meet me up at this clinic?" I'm like, "Why?" And I looked up. I was like, "Well, I got to pick up some paperwork from that clinic anyway." And I did. I had to pick up some paperwork from that clinic because I needed it for my job. Because I went there before I went to the hospital. So I said, "Okay." So hmm. And I'm very, very upset that I did not see this coming. I'm very upset I didn't see this coming because this tells you how stupid I was. The dude framed me for crack cocaine possession. He came in and sat in my car. I'm like, okay, and we was talking. I'm like, okay, fine. And the funny thing is that he go, "Oops, I dropped something," and something told me, "What the fuck did you drop?" He bends down and looks in my. I'm like, oh boy. I'm like, what the fuck's this guy's doing? And I said to myself, you know what? Later on, I'm gonna check my damn car. Later on, I'm gonna check my damn car. I'm at the counter trying to get my paperwork. Dude swipes my phone and takes off. And I'm like, what the fuck? I chased the motherfucker down. Oh, I'll be back. And how traffic was, I couldn't get to him. So this dude took off on my phone. Next you know, the police pulls me over. I'm like, what the fuck now? Yeah, we had yeah, you're selling crack cocaine. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what? Now the funny thing is, the clinic is down the street from my house. I should have just went straight home. But dumbass, like I got this stuff. I'm like, shit, I can't, whatever. So they held me down. So they held me down for 45 minutes. Asked me questions about questions about questions about questions. And the funny thing is that I have there was she told me that he had some friends on the force, and I'm like, but they let me go because my fingerprints wasn't on the shit itself. So I got lucky, or he did this just to harass my ass. Case in point, I'm like, I know where this motherfucker lives. The first thing I'm thinking of, call my brother. He knows people. Give him that address. They're gonna go to that address, whoop the shit out of this motherfucker. That that's what my plan was. My plan was that. My plan was that. I'm like, no, I'm gonna do. I said, fuck this shit. I'm getting it myself. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go get a gun. Go sneak over to that place. It's easy to walk in. I could easily park somewhere and walk right across the street. Shoot, I mean, and the thing is, that's my mindset. My mom was like, calm down, calm down. That's not you. And the same thing, like, you're right, that isn't me. First thing I'm gonna do is shut off that phone. Went to T-Mobile, got that phone shut down fast. Now the problem was that I didn't have much power on that. See, the thing is that there wasn't much power on this phone, so you had to get a charger to charge the damn phone. And by the time you get a charger for this phone, see right here, the outer shell is right here. There was also like a rubber, coating there too to protect it. So then what happened was I had the phone shut down, walking out with this phone right here. Walked out with this phone. Text her real fast and say, hey, this motherfucker stole my phone. And she was like, I told you not to be bothered with that guy. I was like, it's kind of hard when he comes to my damn house. And she's like, oh, I'm sorry for that. Yeah. So I'm like, okay, fine. So then now all of a sudden he can't contact her. He tried to do some stuff, and she wasn't really biting. And she was just telling, and she wasn't really biting. Then again, I text her and say, don't answer the damn text. So then what happened was, in the middle of the night, I'm sleeping. He's texting me. Oh, I'm sorry. I made a mistake. I was talking to my boy. He said I was wrong for. He was wrong for doing all that. Yeah, I was wrong for doing it. You know what? Here's the problem. The problem is this: one, you're an asshole. Two, I have nothing to do with this, and you're trying to put me in on this. Three, I don't give a shit about you. And you're trying. So, and the funny thing is, he gave me my phone back. He gave me my phone back. He was like, come back and get your phone. I had my friend in my car with me. I told him about that. He's like, and he saw me roll up with somebody else. So he was kind of like, oh shit. So he's trying to play a really nice game. My phone back, talk for a hot second, and go. I'm like, I ain't dealing with this shit. I ain't dealing with this shit anymore. Still kept calling me. Still kept. I'm like, he had like three different phone numbers. So when I wasn't answering one phone, he'll call me on a different phone number, and he'll call me from a different phone number. I'm like, no, I'm not talking to you. So then one day he decided to come to my house. The funny thing is I was just about to go back to work. Just about to go back to work. I finally got the clearance to go back to work. He comes to the house, starts some trouble, beat the shit out of me. I had to take it. I had to take it because I couldn't get this thing damaged. So the only recourse I had was to sue his ass. In court, he tried to make it look like he was a victim and all that, and no one bought it. He tried to weasel his way around everything. No one was buying the story. But he did leave some truths to where I was susceptible. I was like, okay. But other than that, I haven't seen him since, which is good. And that's the story when I got assaulted, which led to other things. So, right then and there, that's fine. So, I'm about to go. Talk to you later.